Elon Musk news. We all love a bit of Elon Musk news, and it's about what could happen to Bitcoin with the recent PayPal update. I mean, we all know that recently crypto has kind of been, for maybe about the past just over a year now. I think Bitcoin hit its bottom, its recent bottom, where it's being at now, since about May 2022. It's been on a downtrend since before that, since about
sorry,
January 2021.
Jump in. I think it was at about 17k about 6 months ago. So
Okay,
it's come up. It's come up slightly.
Yeah,
from
it's
where
still
it
in like a
was.
range. I'll see if I can get the chart up, but it's in a range, stuck at this range at the bottom. It peaked at 60k in January 2021, and it's now in this range, anywhere between 17 to I think about 30k. I'll have to check the chart for exact numbers. But Tom, what are your thoughts on this PayPal update and how Bitcoin can be affected by Elon Musk and PayPal and all of this?
I think PayPal updates are always very interesting, right? I think there's always been talks, integrating Bitcoin into PayPal in different countries and things like that, and the updates that come along with that. But I think it's more about looking at the broader picture of Elon Musk and Bitcoin and things like that. I think it was either Tesla or SpaceX, I can't remember, that sold quite a lot of crypto. I think it was Bitcoin. They sold off quite a lot of it recently, which did cause quite a sharp drop in the value of it. We'll have to, I guess, fact check everything, but I think it's quite interesting because obviously PayPal it has different audiences, right? Like some people will purely use it to buy things online, so they think they have more protection. Some people will purely use it to send money easily to their friends, use it for business transactions, use it for, sending money to other businesses, dealing with, tracking things and all that sort of stuff. I think in terms of Bitcoin's perspective, I think it's very interesting to see the external influences that affect it, right? Because it's not integrated to an economy. So obviously the closest relation to it is the US dollar, right? Most people will probably trade Bitcoin US dollar as opposed to any other currency, but it's not like inflation impacts it that much, other than the fact that the impacts of inflation would change consumer trends that could impact people.
It's not like gold. It's not like gold
their
where
Bitcoin
you can,
or something. Yeah, exactly.
gold pretty much goes the opposite of the
it
dollar.
is decentralized,
Bitcoin don't do
but to the point where there's no direct impact other than people themselves, right? So if Elon Musk said, right, I'm buying £1 billion worth of Bitcoin, it would likely go up, right? Because if people got in, they'd think, okay, well, it's going to go up because there's so much more confidence in it again and all this and stuff. But I think it's interesting in terms of PayPal's actual updates to it, though. What do you think?
Well, I mean, first off, we can't forget X. And if you guys don't know, X is planning on becoming a super app. If you've heard of WeChat, quite a massive app in China, it's a super app is in everything app. It's got shopping in, it's got messaging, it's got payment systems, it's got restaurant recommendations, all of that stuff. It's all in one place. And that's what Elon Musk wants to do with X. He wants it to, the Twitter part is the messaging system and like the town square of the internet. And then he wants to build a payment system, and whether he allows crypto, which I think he will, because we know Elon Musk's point of view on crypto. There's a strong chance that he will accept crypto. Will he set up his own crypto? Who knows? We might get Elon coin, but I think with X, I think it will be a strong competitor to PayPal, because already I don't think PayPal is going to ever expand into anything else other than the payment industry. Well, Elon Musk has pretty much made clear he's making X go into many other industries, or X, Twitter, many other industries than just messaging, and that makes it a force to be reckoned with PayPal. PayPal are going to be looking at X and thinking this can steal business from them. So it'll be interesting to see how this money side works on X, how it will affect PayPal, because it could be absolutely no one uses it. It could be that in 5 years time, 10 years time, everyone's going to be sending money through X, and this is going to be like the next big thing. So right now, I don't think PayPal should be too worried right now about what Elon Musk will do with X, but I think it is something to be wary of because, you know, Elon Musk does have a lot of followers and he has created very, very successful businesses, including PayPal. So I think they do know.
Yeah, that's
he knows what he's doing.
That's what I was just gonna say. You know, it's not some random business person who's potentially creating a payment platform. Let's cut straight to the point. Elon Musk essentially created PayPal. You know, obviously there's a whole story that goes along with the creation and founding of PayPal and everything that went in with the mergers and things like that. But he knows how to set up a payment platform. You know, he knows what he's doing when it comes to that. So I think if he wanted to, he definitely could. I think he's obviously gone past PayPal, so he wouldn't want to really do anything with it. But I think it would be interesting to integrate a payment platform in some way. I don't think he would, but I think personally one of the best ideas would be to integrate Apple Pay into X. Because if you have one of the largest social platforms integrated with one of the largest payment providers, being Apple Pay, you know, I'm not sure what percentage of people use iPhones on X, but if the percentage is high enough, right, people could send money using Apple Pay between users. Although at the same time, I think a lot of people use X or Twitter, as most people know it as, using different accounts. So they may not necessarily use a personal account on or use a business account on X compared to PayPal. You know, they're not. You might just put, I don't know, your first name on Twitter and a random profile picture, whereas on PayPal, if you're sending money, you have your full name and your details and stuff. Would people want that linked? I guess you could potentially have different public versus private information on the platform, so it's slightly different. But
yeah, well, just to jump in with X and people having personal accounts and things, I think another thing that Elon Musk said is he wanted to have X as also like an ID system. You can just show your X account and this is like a valid form of ID, and you're only going to have one X account. He really wants to cut down on fake accounts and spam accounts and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's just you have one account and you scan your ID, and that's near enough. X will be near enough proof of ID, something like that.
I think that's a good point. And I also think the fact that he's actually very dedicated to the creators on the platform, which I think is shown by the ad revenue like we've previously spoken about.
That's insane.
If he's that invested into making sure that people feel rewarded for contributing to the platform, invested in the platform, but also, you know, it's going to get to the point where the platform will make more revenue from things like that as well. So it gets to the point where they could integrate new features and processes and things like that, which would benefit everyone using it.
Yeah, and like you said with that ad revenue thing, that is an insane amount that they're giving away. I want to know how much of it is ad revenue and how much of it is coming from a pool, like how TikTok, I don't know if TikTok still does this, but how TikTok initially
started. Well, the YouTube
started.
Shorts fund.
Yeah, how much of it is a fund and how much of it is ad revenue? Because surely some of these people are getting insane amounts of money per month, probably more than like some YouTubers get for like a similar amount of like, you know, a comparable amount.
Yeah,
of
I don't actually know how ad revenue on
tweeting.
Twitter is calculated.
Yeah, so I have a feeling a large portion of that money is coming from a pool, but if they're willing to top it up like indefinitely, then fair play. But if this is just like a little, hey, look how much money you can make on X, you know, and then in a year's time they're not going to update the pool anymore, then
I think Elon did say the fact that, I'm not sure whether it's subscribing on Twitter or X or the actual ad revenue, but it is going to slightly decrease after a year. I think it's the initial, I think it's subscriptions where you can subscribe to someone and the creator gets a certain percentage, but after a year it's going to decrease slightly just because obviously to get people signed up, show support to the creators, and then after that it'll decrease so the actual platform can make more money to actually run the platform and those features. But
at least he's being honest about that. He's not trying to trick people in and be like, yeah, come over here, we won't change our prices at all, and then in a year's time he changes it. He's being honest. He's basically saying, listen, you've got these rates for the next year or so, it's going to change in a year's time. A topic that I really want to talk about at some point is Kick. I mean, we don't have time to talk about it today, but Kick is a really interesting streaming site, especially with their splits. They have pay by hour.
25%.
Yeah, and they have pay by hour, don't they? Where is that Twitch or is that Kick?
I don't think that's integrated yet, but I think they're planning on doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's pretty cool. Like, if you're looking for a more stable income, something like that, then the pay by hour thing is pretty sick.
It's similar to Twitch's ads incentive program. Apart from the fact the ads incentive program, you would need so many viewers to make an hourly wage. It would be ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah.